Workday time tracking and absence is actually evergreen. Time tracking and absence will be always evergreen because none of the company uh, would not terminate or would not lay off any of the consultant who is actually superior in time tracking and absence, because every company manages that, and based on that the payroll runs. Okay, these two
Okay.
these two I would say modules are always connected with each other because they are highly dependent on payroll. So this is something that is going to be evergreen all around. And what are the things that we're going to learn in this course would be, first, what is time tracking, uh, how time
Okay.
tracking works in Workday, how it is different from other time tracking, what are the industry standards that we are following, okay, how to do time tracking, okay, what are the impacts of time tracking, okay, how it is cross functional. Okay, I don't go through presentations, I directly show the things in Tenet itself. You must have seen that. Okay, so you can see this is a Workday tenant. Okay, and you see this is the landing page. Okay, we call it as a landing page, home page. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
on the top right section you see a woman on the photo, that is the profile icon. On the bottom you see the would see the search bar. On the middle you see the search bar, and the bottom you see all the activities, that is known as the activity section. Okay, what we
Mm-hmm.
are going to learn in this session would be what is time tracking. Okay, why time tracking is essential. Okay, and why it has been given so much of importance in Workday that this model is evergreen. Okay, so in ancient times, like let's start from the ancient time. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you have workers in your organization, and you're paying the workers in your organization, and you want to know if they are working or not. There are two modes of tracking. One is pen paper sign that they are present and they have worked. Okay, and the second one is accounting the hours, how many hours they are working, and by that you measure the efficiency of that worker. All right, this is the way like
Mm-hmm.
the things work in industry. Okay, time tracking is essential in such a way that uh, the first thing the organization evaluates from that, from the time tracking, is what is the efficiency of a worker, what is the bandwidth of the employees, and what is the utilization of that employee. Okay, for a project. Okay, whenever any interviewer asks like what is the importance of time tracking in industries, so the answer shall be that what is the efficiency of a worker, what is the bandwidth of a worker, and how the worker is performing. Okay, if a worker is entering the full time, which means the worker bandwidth is very tight. Okay, worker efficiency is very good, and worker is occupied, which means you can measure the company's growth and company's the project is going on a good direction. Okay, this is the hypothetical way of measuring. Okay, in workday environment. Okay, that is the
Okay.
first thing. All right, the second thing from this, what we can understand, like time tracking actually, there are two modes of worker in all over the world. Okay, two modes of worker. One is your contract worker. Okay, who are paid based on the hours. Okay, and second one is your salaried worker.
Full
They are
time
not paid. They
employee.
are not. They are not paid based on the hours. Correct.
Uh-huh.
Correct. Salaried and contract. Okay, contract are always paid based on our hours. Correct.
Yes.
All right. And the second one is salary. Like you get fixed salary. Every month you will get $5,000, means $5,000 whether you work or not. Correct. Okay. But in contract employee, you work hourly, you get paid per hour. Okay. So how to track that? How to track those things? So there are few systems which were introduced before. One was Chronos, one was PeopleSoft's time tracking. Okay, and uh, SAP time tracking, SuccessFactors time tracking. So they were the previous systems where people used to log in their hours, how many hours they have worked for a particular project, or how many hours they have logged for any of the work. Okay, they used to do it. Okay, But by the time the complex calculations comes into the picture, like I want to evaluate the overtime in such a way that if a worker is going beyond 9.5 hours and hasn't taken a break in the total day, then the overtime would be given. Or if a worker is working on a Sunday, but if the worker has any holiday in any of the week, then Sunday will not be categorized as overtime work. So these are the complex calculation which comes into the picture. And after that, Workday was one of the system or ERP system which has the capability, okay, abilities to solve these complex queries, okay. And the time tracking came into the picture of Workday module, okay. So which was the story of Workday. Now why time tracking is important? Like the first thing, like time tracking is interacting with other modules, okay. Your payroll, your benefits, okay, your HCM,
Okay.
your finance, and your stock vestings, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the reason it is a important aspect, okay. So how it is interacting with your payroll. So you enter hours, okay. I'll not go the technicality right now because I want you to just understand how things interact, okay. This is like something from the payroll standpoint of view. How interacts, like
Okay.
you enter the hours, okay. You enter hours in a bucket, okay, and that bucket is sent to the payroll, okay. The payroll evaluates that bucket, that hey, 4 hours has been worked under regular, okay, and then it gets paid, okay. You enter more hours, your bucket of water gets filled, okay. Now you want another bucket, okay. So you bring the another bucket, and that bucket is known as overtime. That bucket also get full, and again that go went to the uh, payroll, and payroll evaluates that bucket and says that hey, this is overtime, extra money should be given, like 1.5 times of the base salary, okay. That goes to the payroll, and payroll evaluates that. After that, you enter on a Sunday, okay, Sunday, and you work 7 days a week, then your overtime bucket got full, your regular hours bucket got full, water keeps on flowing, flowing, flowing. Then you brought another bucket into the attention, and that is known as 7 day premium, okay. And that bucket is storing the water, and you give that water to payroll, and payroll says that hey, it's a 7 day, then we will give 3 times the money of the base salary, okay. I'll use a lot of time this word bucket, 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 okay. So bucket is you understand this storing hours in some storage space is known as bucket, correct?
A placeholder.
Yeah, space place where we store, that is known as bucket, okay. I'll tell all the time, I'll say that this bucket, bucket, bucket all the time,
Okay.
okay. All right. So yeah, so this interacts with payroll, okay. How it interacts with absence, okay. You understand the term accrual, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Like you have gone through absence, so I believe you will understand the word accrual.
Yeah. Accrual is time off. Time off has accrued. Accrued the hours, the balance.
Yeah. So a system where you will enter hours and you will get balance in your time off. Okay. This is how time tracking works,
Mm-hmm.
interacts with absence. Okay. You enter hours, you submit hours, and you get the benefit. Okay. The way time tracking interacts this is the way time tracking interacts with absence, okay. You enter hours, you get submit, your manager approved it, and then it goes to the absence and you get a balance. This is how time tracking interacts with absence. We will see everything, okay. Now finance, how it interacts with finance. You understand the word project,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, that's great, okay. uh, how it interacts with project in such a way that uh, any company is starting any project. For example, I have a manufacturing company and I'm starting a manufacturing project in in Dallas, Texas. I'm Walmart. Okay, I'm opening a new store in Dallas, Texas, and that there is one section of artificial intelligence. Okay, so this is a project for me. Okay, and I have hired 90 consultants. Okay, 90 consultants, and they are contractors. Okay, from TCS. Okay, now
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to understand that what is the efficiency. I have allocated a money like, for example, $2 billion, $2 million in that artificial intelligence. Okay, now whenever they are entering time, my bucket of balances are getting uh, deducted. Okay, so deducted. The consultants are entering time, and my balances are my amount is getting deducted. This is the way this interacts with the finance in terms of cost allocation, accounting. Okay, you can bid that. Okay, this employee has worked 90 hours, and that is the reason he's getting this much of money. So this is the way it interacts with your finance. Okay, so you can see from the concept wise, time tracking is having a lot of dependency in Workday. Correct.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. That's great. Okay. So now in Workday,
because we
you
enter
see.
project hours, right? Usually we
Correct.
enter project hours.
Yeah, correct. Absolutely. You enter the project hours. In that particular project, there is a cost allocation which has been there. Like a money is actually been involved. So that is the reason it is being catered in such a way. Okay. That's great. You're getting it. That's great. Now in Workday, what is the main essential thing for in us to understand how the time tracking is enabled? Like, is your system, is your company is using Workday for time tracking, or what is there in time tracking in your company? How to evaluate that? Now, for example, you got hired in any of the customer or a partner, and they say that we are going to implement time tracking for our countries. Begin let's kick off the session. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so as a consultant, as a HRIS and analyst in the company, what is your moral duty? The first thing that you will do would go ahead and type on your workday screen all functional areas. Type all functional areas.
Okay.
Go on the search bar
So
and type all.
all functional areas.
Yes, this would be a moral duty first. Okay, the moment you type all functional areas, you will see a different screen. uh,
God.
uh, you remove all and just add functional area. You don't have the access area, only area. Okay, you have used absence on all those things. You see this area, time and leave.
Uh-huh.
This area, we are going to concentrate on this area all the time. Time and leave. Okay, all
Okay.
the time we will be concentrating on this time. Okay, we are first, let's see what is the what does that enter my time looks like. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
click on enter my time. I see this a new window which is there in top of my workday tenant, and this particular window is called time card. You must
Okay.
have heard a lot of time card, time card, time card. This particular window is known as time card. Okay. Uh,
For 1 week. You mostly it is one weekly, right?
yeah, for 1 week we do the time entries on weekly basis, because
Mm-hmm.
every week like the hours is getting projected. Okay, so
Okay.
you can have a look on, like, if I see click on this action button, you can have a look on in particular day wise. If you want to make it, you can make it under day wise. Okay, this would look like this. A different look would come into the picture. This is a day wise look.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
uh, these things are 7 a.m. What is the timing the entering you have entered? Okay, this particular
Okay.
worker is the in-out worker, which means he enters day basis, on the daily basis, and on the hourly basis. Okay, what time he came, what time he went out. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
this is in and out kind of a worker. Generally, what people do have this screen in the on the place weekly wise. Why? Because they can see
Okay.
every week's work. Okay.
The whole week.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. On the top right, you see a summary area.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever hours you are adding over here, it will automatically get reflected on these areas. Okay, and it will add
Okay. So
all the time.
what are non-project hours?
Those hours which are non-project hours, this is a separate bucket. Okay, any, for
Like when
example,
you are doing supports.
hmm, if you are doing support, if you are doing training, those would be
Mm-hmm.
categorized as non-project hours.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see in the screen itself. If I click on any of the day, like Monday, I click on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
there will be another screen popping up once. Wait for a while. Okay, this is a time type. Okay, this is the bucket where you are storing hours. Time type is always a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, click
Okay.
on that. You see there are a lot of things. Most recently used project and time entry code. Time entry code is basically what you, which bucket you want to enter the time. Okay, for example,
Okay.
I added
Mm-hmm.
in administrative. Okay, I entered my hours from, like, add over here for on the hours itself, add 4 hours.
Is the time type configurable?
Time type is your bucket. Okay,
We can configure it, right? Custom
correct.
configuration. We
Everything we
can
can
we can add
configure.
more.
We can configure everything. I'll show you. You will configure everything. Okay, this is the this
Okay.
company's time type. This is the administrative time type. Okay, I added 6 hours. Okay, I click OK, and automatically you'll see there is a change in your screen. There will be a change.
So when you enter time, is there any business process that triggers the time?
When we submit time, then the business process comes into the picture. Entering time,
Okay.
just entering time does not trigger any business process. When we submit, okay,
Okay.
when we say that, hey, go away, then the business process comes into the picture.
Okay.
This is the concept. Okay, you see, I added hours in 6 days over here. You see
Mm-hmm.
there is a reflection of hours on summary.
Yeah.
Okay, uh, now do one thing, add same hours administrative on Thursday. Any hour, any of your favorite hours, just add on Thursday.
Okay.
Did you see? Add training. Yeah, yeah, add.
It's little slow, I think. Yeah.
No worries, no worries. Let's wait. You have added. So now understand. You see on the top right, you see the days is dynamic changes, total non-projected hours,
Mm-hmm.
14
Yeah.
hours. Now understand
Yeah.
this is a concept. Okay. Why? What is administrative? What is training? These are separate buckets. Okay. The company has stated separate time codes that you. This is your training hours. This is your administrative hours. Your amount of hours you are putting on a particular week. Company can track and audit. Okay. So that and they can evaluate your efficiency accordingly from evaluating your time card. Correct. And they
Mm-hmm.
can see if you have some bandwidth. They can give you another work. Correct.
Yeah.
That is the reason this time card has an has a importance. Now when you go on the bottom right review section
Mm-hmm.
and click OK. No, not like that. When you click OK over here and click submit, okay,
Mm-hmm.
then the business process is triggered. If you see over here view details, go to view details. You see in approval for manager,
Mm-hmm.
click details, in progress process. A business
Enter
process
time
has
is the
triggered.
business
Yeah,
process.
correct. This is the business process which gets triggered whenever you enter time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So when we are doing the sprints, right, in agile methodology,
Hmm.
so they will also add some of the timings for the sprint. So whatever the tasks they are working on that particular, they enter the
Yeah,
time.
that is on project hours. So
Okay.
so you enter your hours. If you want to integrate your Rally or Jira, like whatever hours you're putting on any sprint or any task, okay, you can do in Workday, and that is a specific part of Workday Finance. Okay,
Okay.
like
Okay.
in this sprint you're working this many of hours, and your next sprint you're working on this things. That is actually taken care and handled in your uh, Workday Finance, not in and once we have task and project configured in Workday Finance, then it comes to us time tracking experts who configure those tasks and everything in your time tracking. Okay, and that has
Okay.
a validity. Like from 2 weeks, this task will pop up in on your time card, and after that it will expire. Okay,
Okay.
that is the concept which it works in Workday time tracking. So that this is the basic thing. Okay, we just saw okay time entry and all, but this is not this is not the entire thing. We need to know what is the background of this configuration. Why she has a time card? How can she see a time card? Why time tracking? The first thing is what is time tracking? How time tracking is there in the system? How to evaluate this? So in order to evaluate this, we always have to go to the functional area and see filter time tracking. And if it is enabled, which means your system, your ERP system, your company has subscribed to Workday's time tracking module. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. That is going to be task. So what is your homework for the day would be open your Workday tenant.
Okay.
First, tell tell this folks to give you the super user access. Okay.
Okay.
Once you have the super user access, open functional areas and filter only time. Okay, filter with time and see what are the functional areas you're getting. What are the business processes which are associated with time, only time and time tracking. Okay, and you will have to read those things and get back to me. Okay,
Okay.
explore the things in Workday. Don't read anything, don't go google it, anything. Google, you will not find anything. Read, explore in Workday
Yeah,
into tenant and
I won't
get,
find any.
yeah, get back to me. Okay, meanwhile, this is the like, oh, what are we going to achieve now? First we are going to understand the concept, what is time tracking, the first thing. Then what are the pillars of time tracking, how time tracking structure gets implemented in Workday. Okay, that is the second thing. Third, we are going to create this time code, this administrator and training thing. Okay, third thing we are going to do.
Okay.
After that, we are going to understand what is schedules, work schedules. Okay, work schedule is little different. Work schedule is what is the working hours and which days you are working.
Okay.
That is work schedule. What days you're working, what time you're working, what is the break hour, when are the days you're working. That is work schedule. Okay,
Yeah.
that is a work schedule. Okay, we are going to learn about time and template. These are like advanced things we'll read and we would go through at the later stage of the classes. Okay, first we are going to understand the concept. Okay, what is this? Okay, and after that we are going to cover each and everything slowly. Okay, we are not going to do it in a hurry. Okay, we ask questions, interrupt me at any given point of time while we are having session. Okay, and
Yeah.